Thank you for joining me. The intention for this standing sequence is to increase circulation and energy while building strength and stability through breath-centered standing poses. Remember, the length of my breath might be longer or shorter than yours. Please let your breath guide you through each asana. Connecting breath with your movements will help to strengthen your personal yoga practice. I hope you enjoy the class. Thank you for joining me for this short standing sequence. We hope to lift our energy and improve our circulation and breathing. So we will begin in a standing position. So find yourself in Tadasana or mountain pose. Your feet underneath your hips. Draw your shoulders back and down. And if you are comfortable, let's close our eyes for a few moments. Making sure you feel safe with the eyes closed. Otherwise, just a soft gaze straight ahead with the eyelids lowered. And just start to bring your awareness inward. And just feeling your breath as it is right now. And then taking account of that breath. I want you to count your inhale and your exhale. And depending on your previous activity, that will vary. Maybe you were sitting on the couch, or maybe you're just coming in from an outdoor walk. So it might be a 2 or 3 count inhale or 2 or 3 count exhale. Without controlling it, just observe what it is right now at this moment. And then as you are ready, let's begin to deepen that inhalation and exhalation using our yogic breath. Employing Ujjayi breathing if you're familiar with that yogic breath practice or pattern. Start now to lengthen inhale and exhale. Maybe bringing yourself to a 4, 5, or 6 count. Deeper breath. A couple more, please. The long breath. Yogic breathing. We hope to use this deeper breath as we work through our standing poses throughout this sequence. So taking note of that breath, the length of breath, and working this whole sequence to use that breath pattern, our yogic breathing. So let's inhale the arms up overhead. Whatever your count is, just trusting yourself to do the right thing. My breath will be longer or shorter than yours. On the exhale, release the arms down. Breathe the arms up. And as you're exhaling, drawing those lower abdominals in to help stabilize through the core. And again, inhale. We'll leave the arms up overhead as we work extension. So our legs and hips will be our base of support throughout the sequence. But yet we'll be working the spine in all directions. A forward fold, a back bend, side bending, twisting. So extending up, working an extension pose. And then if you like, you can take it into a little bit of a back bend, and that back bend should come from the upper back, not the low back. We don't want to overarch that low back, but have it come from the upper back, drawing the shoulder blades, your scapula in towards the body. So scapula are coming in and down towards the hips to help create a little greater extension. You can lift the chin slightly if you like. Releasing back. So take the inhale to extend a little further, whatever your count is, and the exhale to bring you back to Tadasana, arms overhead. Couple more times. One more time. And on your next exhale, float the arms down. We'll inhale those arms right back up. If it's comfortable for your hands and fingers and wrists, let's interlace the fingers and then palms up. If that's not comfortable, you could have palms facing one another or maybe holding on to one wrist. Whatever's comfortable for you at this moment. So inhaling in place. And you're going to exhale. We're just going to sway a bit. So swaying over to my right. Inhaling back center. Swaying over to the left. Again, our yogic breathing, your longer breath. It's going to slow the movement down. You might find you're going to work a little bit harder. Let's go one more time over to my left. Inhale back up. Stretching long. Release the hands, palms face one another. Take your right hand to hold that left wrist and lean over to the right. And gazing down towards the heel on the right side. And try to lengthen out this left side as you press through that left foot. Feeling the left foot solid onto your mat. And then feel as though you can breathe only into that left side. So lengthen out using the longer breath. As you breathe in, feeling the stretch deeper on the left side. Exhale, drawing the lower abdominals in to help stabilize. One more breath. Your next inhale, we're going to lift up. Palms face one another. Exhale as the left hand holds the right wrist. Stretch over that, along on that right side. Using your exhalation to help stabilize the pose. Using the inhalation to lengthen the right side. So feel as though you're breathing only into the right side. My gaze down towards the left. Feeling the stretch in the neck. One more breath on this side. Deep into the right side. Your next inhale is going to lift you up. Stretch the arms long and then exhale up and float. And take a moment just to turn your attention inward. And just feeling the side bodies. And we'll work a little bit of a balance pose. So very much connected to the breath here to guide us through this. To help slow down the movement. It's going to be a slow march. So I'm going to inhale. Feel myself solid through my left leg. I'll lift the right toes up off the floor. Bringing my knee parallel to the floor. My thigh parallel to the floor. Maybe on my 4, 5, or 6 count. And then slowly releasing it down. Pause the breath for 2 seconds as we shift over to the right side. And then inhaling up, whatever your count is. Once you have the knee parallel, pause the breath for 2 count. And then releasing down. Use your 2-second hold to shift over to the other side. it's comfortable for me to make this the inhale, pause the breath as I shift over, and then it's the exhale that draws the knee up. But really, whatever breath pattern works for you, just making sure you're not rushing the movement, and then releasing. Shifting over to the other side. One more each side. Shifting over to the right leg. Feeling well rooted, then lifting the left toes. 2 count pause, and then releasing down. And shifting. Now we're going to come back over to lift the right, changing this up slightly. We can have the hands on the waist or just relax at the sides, you decide. But we're going to hold on to the left side here is holding us. It's our support. The right knee is up. And then from here, we're going to find our inhale and then open the knee off to the side and then bringing it back. A couple more times. Inhaling and exhaling again. Working hard to use that yogic breathing, longer breath. A little bit more challenging. One more time. We come out and back center. Release the leg down. Pausing for a moment. Shifting over to the right leg. Lifting the left toes. Foot, thigh. Once you find your balance, you've got that focal point straight ahead. The mind is quiet. And then begin to open the knee off to the side. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Twice more. And release the foot down. And just allow yourself to kind of shift from side to side. We'll work a little combination of Uttanasana with Utkatasana. So forward fold into chair pose. So maybe I'll turn to the side so you can see. So you're going to inhale the arms up overhead. Exhaling into our forward fold. Knees are soft. Inhaling into chair pose, really getting those hips back. So this is the inhale. The exhale, I'm bringing the arms into goal post, both arms. Inhaling, straightening the arms overhead. 4, 5, 6 count. Exhale, bringing my tummy onto the thighs, folding down. Inhaling all back up via chair pose, all the way to standing. Arms extended up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling into chair pose. Exhale the elbows back. Draw the navel in, flattening the low back. Inhale, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Belly onto thighs. Knees deeply bent. Inhaling back up to standing via chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhaling Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale the elbows down. Draw your navel to spine. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding. Inhale all the way back up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into chair. Exhale the elbows back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale your belly onto your thighs. Inhaling all the way back up. And last time through, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, the elbows down. Inhale to chair. Exhale, navel to spine, belly to your thighs. And inhaling all the way back up. Exhale, float the arms down. And take a rest breath here. Closing the eyes for the moment. And once again, finding our deeper breath. We're going to work Warrior One. So we'll step left foot forward, the right foot's going to come back. So you've got your right toes turned out a little bit towards the right, left toes pointed straight towards the short edge of your mat. We're going to vary the arms a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'll show you. We're going to have one arm, as we come in and out of Warrior One, one arm is going to be coming out to the side of the other up overhead, breathing in. And then we're going to clap in front, exhaling. And then opposite side. So we're going to vary the arms a little bit to kind of wake up our minds here. So back into our Warrior One pose. So the arms will vary as we work in and out of our Warrior One. Shoulders back and down. And on your next inhale, we'll bring ourselves into Warrior One with the left arm up overhead, the right arm parallel to the floor, palm up. Breathing in. Exhale, clap the arms in front, straighten the forward leg. Right arm overhead, left arm parallel to the floor. Warrior One. And exhale, the arms closed. Breathing. Make sure you're not struggling with your deeper breath. Just, again, trusting yourself to do the right thing. Right arm overhead, left arm parallel to the floor. Inhale, right arm parallel, left arm overhead. Exhale, clap in front. Inhale, right arm up, left arm parallel. Lunging that forward knee. Clapping in front. Next inhale, both arms are going to come up overhead as we lunge the forward knee, Warrior One. Having the chest just slightly forward of the hips, but yet creating a little bit of a back bend on that upper back as the shoulder blades release into the upper back versus arching the low back. If you find you're overarching that low back, be sure to draw your abdominals in to help negate that. Couple of breaths here. Noticing the length of your breath, the inhale, the exhale. We're going to straighten the forward leg as we bring the arms down. Back of the left hand on the sacrum. We're going to take ourselves into a forward fold. We're going to inhale the right arm up overhead. And exhaling over that left straight leg with the knee soft. You're going to inhale halfway up, stretch through long on the right side. Exhale, bring that right elbow in line with the shoulder in this half goalpost. Inhale, straighten the arm up overhead. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale as we come all the way back up to standing. Inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, stretch long on that right side. Exhale the elbow in line with the shoulder, goalpost. Inhale, really lengthen this right side, back of the neck is long. Exhale, fold. Keeping the neck in neutral, inhaling all the way back up. Exhale, fold. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale the elbow back. Inhale, lengthen out, long inhale. Exhale, folding. Inhaling all the way up. Last time through, as we exhale, fold, drawing navel to spine. Slight contraction on those lower abdominals as we come up just halfway. Exhale the elbow back. Inhale with lengthening the right side. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, release the arms down. Standing in place, relax your arms alongside your body. Take a rest breath. We're going to work our way into a revolved side angle. So we're going to be lunging that left knee forward, but yet twisting into the upper body to get this rotation for our spines, but twisting the chest open towards the left. And the right arm is going to help us do that. So we're going to lunge the forward knee, inhaling your right arm. When we exhale, we'll keep the lunge. Bring your right arm somewhere onto that left knee as you begin to rotate the left shoulder, the left rib cage back. And then inhaling, coming back, keeping the lunge. Exhale, moving into the twist a little bit further, bending a little bit further forward, revolving to the left for our revolved side angle. And this next time we'll hold in place so that right hand can go on the outside of the left thigh or knee. But using your exhalation to help bring yourself into the twist. You want to bring that right rib cage over towards the left. Stacking the shoulders best we can, one over the other. If you want to go a little deeper, you can put the right elbow on to the left knee, placing the hands in prayer, the elbows stacked one over the other. Neck is in neutral, the gaze just to the side wall, the left wall. Two more breaths. And slowly releasing out. Drawing your torso back up over your hips. Step your feet together and rest. Just allowing the breath to be for a few moments. Just observing. Feeling a stretch on the back right side of the torso. And when you're ready, we'll begin on the other side. So the left leg is going to be back this time, the right foot forward. Turn those left toes out slightly towards the left. Draw your shoulders in line with the short edge of your mat. We're going to work through those same alternating arms. I'll guide us through. So we're going to inhale the right arm up overhead as we lunge. The left arm is going to be about shoulder height, parallel to the floor. As we exhale, drawing in the abdominals, drawing the palms towards one another as you straighten that forward leg. This time, left arm up overhead, the right arm parallel to the floor. Inhaling, whatever your length of breath is, and exhale. Remember, your length of breath is going to be shorter or longer than mine. Right arm overhead, left arm parallel to the floor, lunge the knee. Exhale, fold. Breathing in. We'll pause in the posture. Exhale, close. Right arm up overhead. Left arm parallel. Arms wide. You feel the shoulder blades separate as you clap in front. As the arms come wide, you can feel the shoulder blades rest towards the middle of the back. One more time, please, each side. And then the arms clap in front, straightening the forward leg. Bring the arms straight up overhead as you lunge your right knee into Warrior One. Making sure the tops of the shoulders aren't creeping up to the neck or towards the ears, and release them down. And making sure that the arms and shoulders do have some comfort. It may feel better for you to have your arms a little wider. As you exhale, drawing the lower abdominals in towards the spine so to ensure we aren't overarching that low back. Squeezing the shoulder blades together gently, allowing them to rest on our back rib cage. 2 more breaths, Warrior One. And let the arms release down as you straighten that forward leg. Taking a rest breath or 2 here. And the back of the right hand on the sacrum, we're going to inhale the left arm straight up overhead. On your exhale, drawing the abdominals in, soften the right knee as we fold forward. Inhaling halfway up to a flat back. Exhale the left elbow in line with the shoulder, this half gold post. As you inhale, really lengthen out that whole left side. See if you can feel it along the rib cage up through the fingertips. Exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, you're going to come up halfway. On the exhale, bring the elbow back, goalpost, flattening the upper back. Inhale, lengthen out the left side. And then when you're ready, you're going to exhale, fold. Use your inhale to bring you all the way up to standing, arm up overhead. Exhale, soften that right knee as you fold forward. Inhaling halfway up. Elbow back as you're exhaling, drawing the tummy tight. Inhale, lengthen out. Stretch long. Exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing. Last time through. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flattening that upper back. Lengthen out. And then exhale, navel to spine. Bring the elbow back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. When you're ready, inhale all the way back up to standing. Exhale the arms down. Let both arms rest at the side body. Take a moment before we begin revolved side angle. Connecting back to your yogic breath. Have you been able to maintain throughout the practice that longer breath pattern that you practiced as we started class? So we're going to lunge the right knee as we prepare for revolved side angle. Inhale the left arm. As we exhale, we're going to take a few repetitions as we begin to open the chest towards the right. A little bit of a fold. And then inhale and come back up. Right knee stays bent. Exhaling, engaging those abdominals is going to help with the rotation Inhale back up. This next time we'll hold. Exhale. So now I'm going to place this left hand somewhere on that right thigh, maybe the outside of the right knee. Just not placing a lot of weight of my left side into the poor right knee joint. So with each exhale, I'm drawing my abdominals in to help me bring my right rib cage back and my left rib cage forward. Moving into the twist. And as you're here, you might find that you're able to bring the left elbow on top of the right knee and then stacking the hands, the palms, stacking the elbows. Taking your gaze in a neutral position. Making sure the spine is long. And we'll have a couple more breaths. And let's slowly release, unwind. Bringing yourself back and standing in Tadasana. Let yourself be here for a few breaths, feeling your posture from the inside out. Chin parallel to the floor, the shoulders relaxed. Belly soft. And now let's bring ourselves to the long edge of the mat. And take a wide stance with your feet turned out slightly. We're going to be moving into alternating side lunges. So your hands can be on your hips or you can relax them alongside your body, whichever feels right for you at this moment. But as we're exhaling, we're going to use our abdominals to help bring those hips back behind, and then inhaling to center. Exhale over to the left side. Inhaling back. Exhaling to the right, deepening in through the groin. Inhale, legs straightening. Exhale, left side deepening. So you can see that my torso is remaining in neutral, the spine's in neutral, and the fold is coming from the deep bend in the hips. Let's try one more each side. Exhaling to the right. Inhaling, straightening. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale back up. From here, we'll take ourselves into goddess pose. So we might want to turn our toes out a little bit further. Heels come in. So we're going to inhale the arms up. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knees, elbows come down. The legs will remain in this position as we inhale, drawing the arms up overhead. Exhale, navel to spine, arms in goalpost. Breathe in, lengthening through the torso, the legs there supporting us. Exhale down. A couple more times. And one more. And exhale, pause here. A couple breaths. And release. Great. We'll take ourselves into triangle pose. So lifting the toes of your right foot, pivot on the heel and have your right toes point towards the short edge of your mat. The left toes are going to come in a little bit, or the left heel out. So we want to square up our shoulders to the long edge of the mat. We'll do a few repetitions before we stay in triangle, and then take ourselves into Halfmoon balance pose. So inhale the arms to shoulder height, stretching out long through the arms, legs strong to support as we exhale, and the left arm and shoulders stacking over the right. Inhaling up. Have a softness to the right knee. You want to make sure you don't lock out that right knee. And exhale, fold. Now in triangle pose, some of us will benefit from having our hands on to a block or somewhere on the right leg. If we try to go too deep in this pose very often that top shoulder wants to fall in. So it might make sense, again, for some of us, just to bring our hand below the knee or above the knee. It might even make sense to have the left hand onto the waist, allowing the shoulders to stack. And you can gaze down or neutral or up, depending on how you feel at this moment. So finding your triangle pose and be here for a couple of breaths. You can feel the little bit of rotation that's required in this pose as you bring the left rib cage back, the top rib cage back, the bottom rib cage forward. And then we're going to bring ourselves into our balance pose. We're going to stand on the right leg. So maybe placing your hand onto your block, or maybe it's even a chair that's going to be here, or even the wall. Finding your position that will give you the most support. And so you're going to shift your weight, bending the right knee, you're going to shift your weight into the right leg. You're going to slowly begin to lift the left leg up. The right hand directly underneath the right shoulder, extending through the left leg, taking your gaze where you want it to be, pressing through the left heel. Tendency is to hold the breath in a balanced pose, but breathe. And then lunging that right knee to set the left foot on the floor, and maybe coming back into warrior two, and release the arms, draw your feet parallel. We can shift our support over to the other side, lifting the toes of your left foot. We'll begin triangle on the left side. Bring your right toes in, square up your shoulders to the long edge of your mat. Inhale your arms to shoulder height. When you're ready to exhale, we're going to fold over to the left. Working to stack the shoulders. Inhaling up. A couple more times. Exhale. Hand position is up to you. Might make sense for your shoulder to put the right hand onto your waist and give yourself a little shoulder roll back to help stack. Maybe it makes sense to be a little bit higher. Let your breath guide you through the posture. Yogic breathing. Finding your triangle pose, your gaze in any position, and be there for a few breaths. And then begin to shift your weight into the left leg as you bend that left knee. Begin to lift the right leg once you find your balance. Stacking shoulders one over the other. The hips won't stack because of the alignment of the legs, but stack the shoulders, gaze where you want to be. Couple more breaths. Bending the left knee to set the right foot down. You can come back into warrior two if you like for breath, and then release. Draw your feet parallel to one another. We'll work revolved triangle pose. Inhale the arms to shoulder height. As you're ready to exhale, you're going to bend that right knee. Take your left hand over to that right foot. All on the exhale. And then you're going to inhale, come back up. Exhale, opposite side, left knee bending. Right hand landing where it does. Inhale up. Exhale. Left hand to right foot. Inhaling up. Right hand to left foot. Inhale up. Next time over, we'll pause and be here for a couple of breaths. If it makes sense, you may want to lift yourself slightly up out of the pose just to help lift the torso. Right hand on the waist, lifting up. You could put your left hand behind the knee to help with the rotation up into the upper back. You can keep your knee bent. You can straighten the leg. But extending from your tailbone through your low back, mid-back, and neck. Spine is rotating, but the spine is long. Inhale, come up. Exhale, opposite side. Again, adjusting for what feels right for you at this moment. Knee bent, knee straight. Paying attention to the placement of your right hand. The length of the spine from tailbone to low back, mid back, upper back, through the neck. The exhalations helping us to stabilize. And then on the next exhalation, let's just allow ourselves to unwind. Let your torso fold forward. Let your arms hang. You can place your fingertips to the floor or hold your elbows. But let the top of the head release towards the floor. Lifting your sitting bones towards the ceiling as you release the upper body down, top of the head towards the floor, allowing the weight of the head to act as traction for the neck. If this forward fold is too much for your low back, bend your knees greatly and place your elbows above your knees. Sometimes that is much more comfortable for people. So finding your spot, 2 more breaths. Head and neck releasing, shoulders relaxed, no tension. Just allowing yourself to hang. Bending your knees slightly, place your hands above your knees, coming up to a flat back. Be here for a breath. We're going to come up slowly. And then come up another quarter of the way. And then allowing yourself to roll all the way up. We'll draw our feet together, mountain pose. Closing your eyes or that soft gaze straight ahead. And feeling your posture from the inside. Taking a moment to connect. Your facial muscles soft. Your jaw, your cheeks, your eyes. Your throat relaxed. There's length across the collarbones. The upper back flat. Arms resting at the sides of your body. Relaxed all the way down to the fingertips. Tips of your thumbs. Rib cage relaxed. No gripping in the belly. Feeling feeling the sacrum moving up to the low back, your mid back, upper back, and neck. And then releasing all the way back down into your hips, feeling the strength of your hips, your thighs, the calves, the support of the bottoms of your feet. And just feeling the vibration of the body, the subtle movement, the movement of your breath, and letting the breath come back to its natural rhythm. And opening your eyes with a soft gaze straight ahead. And if you like, it may make sense for you to lay on the ground, do maybe another stretch or two, and then enjoying some time spent in Shavasana. Or maybe you're ready to go on to your next activity. But thank you for joining me. Have a great day.